Fred Film Radio from the Torino Film Festival. I'm Angelo Acerbi here to talk about the film Holy Rosita with the director Wannes Destoop and Daphne Agteb, the lead actress. Good morning, both of you.
Buongiorno.
I was talking to Agnes earlier that the movie is it's a breath of fresh air. It's really fun, even if it can be said, but there is a very positive message underneath, right? What do you think?
Yeah, it was very important for me. Like you have like a horrible word like misery porn, and you could read the scenario with that in mind. And for me, it was like very important to show the opposite, that you have like the very big struggles in Rosita's life and the social background that isn't always very easy for her. But it was for me very important to also show like a positive message, and to also show that with like the colors in the film that are very important, and to not like I could have chosen for the place where she lives to like give it a very big gray, like
it could be bleaker.
An apartment with only miserable and with drugs, needles on the street and stuff like that. And for me, it was important like to show that even with vulnerable people like Rosita, they can also live in like something that is very positive and fresh air, because I really liked it when you said it for me it was like a big fresh air, the film. And
yeah, it is totally. Listen, Agnes, the Rosita character she's a very positive girl. She loves life, she loves her neighbor, she loves everything, but she still is an outsider, an outcast. Because probably she doesn't feel like that, but the society makes her like this.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see how did you work on that.
Yeah, it was from the beginning. I had the exact same apprehension that Wannes talked about. I was so scared that it would be like this character that was constantly beaten down and this victim, and all of these horrible things would happen to her. But it was there were different things that were very important to me. The fact that she was layered, that you're not telling the story of this wonderful person that never does anything wrong. Rosita is also stubborn and annoying and can sometimes be very rude to Magda, for example, because people are layered. We are multidimensional. We're not just a victim. We're not just a heroine. And then I think, even though my situation is as a person is very different than that of Rosita, I think most people who work in the arts know what it's like to be an outsider, whether that is just in the world or in a friend group or something. You know what it's like to really want to belong. And I think that is really what Rosita wants. Even if her goals are different from mine, I know this feeling of wanting to it's within reach. I just want to belong. I want you to take me seriously. I want you to feel like what I want is valuable, and I have a right to want what I want. And this desire, I think, is something very human that we all know. So which made it, I wouldn't say easy because we worked a lot on it, but it made it very natural to play her.
Yeah. Listen, Wannes, it's obvious from the movie that you love her as a character.
Absolutely.
And probably you love her because she is different. She's an outcast. She's not loved by the world. So you love her instead of the world around her. Was it that intrigued you in this character? Because I read that you met a woman that was like her, that was in the same situation of Rosita.
Yeah, she was actually the very big inspiration for the film. It was in my first year of film school that I met a woman just like Rosita, and also with the desire to become a mother. And it kept me busy so long because I thought it was very intriguing. Whether we as a society, do we have the right to say to someone, okay, you have the right to become a mother or not? And what are the rules about it?
Unfortunately, we do.
Yeah. And that was for me like very important to show a message with very big nuances in it, and not to make a judgment on it. And that's for me also the film, that it's not a judgment, and as a viewer you have to think for yourself, and I really want to raise questions. And besides of that, I really like the character. You have, I think if you see my previous work, I really want to tell stories about outsiders, because I'm an outsider as well. I think maybe I try to hide that away sometimes, but I think it's important to show the world and the message and the desires of outsiders to like a larger audience, and to tell like the world, okay, they exist and they have the right to exist and they have the right to be who they are. And for me, it was very important also with Rosita to show that to like a large audience.
Well, and you made it. I think I think
Thank
that
you. That's
I mean,
very
if that
nice.
was your goal, I think you got it. You got to your goal. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to
Thank
Wannes
you.
Destoop, director of Holy Rosita, and Daphne Agteb, who played Rosita, for having been with us today.
so
I'm Angelo
much.
Thank
Acerbi
you.
for Fred, the Festival Insider.